Man, if this ain't the baddest first ride I've done this year, I've got no clue what would be. Today is gonna be terrifying. What's going on, guys? Chase on Two Wheels here in front of Mountain Motorsports in Roswell, Georgia. In front of us, I have a 2023 BMW S1000RR with the M package for today's first ride. You guys can thank Cade here at Mountain Motorsports in Roswell, Georgia. This is his motorcycle. He works here at Mountain, and he is letting us use it for this first ride. Could not be more thankful. Let him know you appreciate it in the comments. I know you guys ask for BMWs all the time. Guys, this is an apex predator motorcycle in the super sport market. I cannot wait to check it out. Some of the highlights real quick of the M package. Obviously, you get this M livery, which includes this rear seat cowl. You get this M seat. You get the acro exhaust, the rear sets. You get a lighter weight battery. You get lighter weight wheels. It is a $2,000. It's actually more. It's a slightly more than $2,000 upgrade. I think it's $2,500 to get this model, which puts this thing at a cost of $21 grand. It is nuts. It is a first ride. Let's see what it looks like, and let's see what it sounds like. Alrighty, guys, that's what it looks like. That's what it sounds like. Now, these videos would not be possible if it wasn't for our membership site, wbrgarage.com. We are currently building a 2018 Yamaha R6. We're going to build it into an R6M. It is going to be sick. And if you guys want to win the R6M, you can, in the description down below, you can either grab a membership to the website, or you can grab some merch, and the website will contabulate all of your entries. And when we get done with the build, we're going to give it away. That R6 is going to be sick and fast, but it will not be as fast as this BMW S1000 that we're going to be riding today. Shout out to all of our members. You guys literally make this content possible, so thank you so much. You guys go check that link out. Go win yourself an R6M and have a good time over there. And guys, there's nothing to it but to do it. We got to get this thing going. I'm going to get my phone on the... Kate already has a quad lock installed on the BMW. You guys know Quad Lock's a sponsor. We love them long time. This is going to be easily in the top 5 bikes, fast-wise, that I have ever ridden. But there is an asterisk with that. And we're going to talk about it real quick. Let's get over the bike. So, guys, sitting on the bike, I'm 5'10", got a 32-inch inseam, and I can just barely flat foot on both feet. I'm pressing my feet into the ground to be able to do that, but it is possible. Let's get this nice premium key turned, and you guys are going to be able to see the cool crank up screen, which I think looks fantastic. Now, something to note with this motorcycle, as you can see, it has 482 miles on it. This motorcycle pre-limits itself before you get your first service done. So, as you can see, the revs would normally go all the way up to 14 grand, but watch what happens when we turn the bike on. The bike is limited to 8,000 RPM. I don't think that's going to be a problem today, because there's no reason I would need to go over 8,000, because as you guys know, first rides are a road test. I do have legalities that I have to keep in mind. anything over 8,000 is I'm going to jail anyway. So I don't think that's going to hinder this test. It might hinder the 40 to 80 pull. So we'll see what happens there. As far as modes, we have a mode button here. We've got Rain, Road, Dynamic, and Race Pro 1. I'm going to start in Rain. We'll progress up to Road and then Dynamic when we get to the highway. And we won't worry about Pro because, again, this is a city review. It's hot as hell today, guys. Let's get this first ride started. Guys, if you're fans of motorcycles and being online with people, we have a really cool Discord server that you'll probably enjoy. It's full of motorcycle enthusiasts just like yourself, so we'll have a free link for you in the description. Doesn't cost anything to be in our Discord. You guys can be in there totally free and hang out with other motorcyclists, so highly recommend it. Check it out with that link in the description. I'm going to wait for traffic, and then we're going, fam. We'll go after this truck, thank God, because it's hot as hell today. We're in rain mode. We got an 8,000 RPM limit. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get in trouble today on the S1000RR. Guys, this motorcycle, like I said in the beginning, this is one of the motorcycles that personally has the most capabilities as far as fast riding, like track days and stuff like that, that I have ridden thus far. BMW came out with this S1000 a number of years ago, and it has somehow got nothing but better. I cannot wait to do the ride on this. As the first ride, guys, let's talk about the body position. First up, we've got that specialized M seat, and it's pretty hard, but that's pretty normal for Supersports. It is pretty wide, and I feel like I can move around on it really easily, which is something I look for on Supersports. As far as body position wise, my legs are very tucked up, and I am leaned forward a decent amount. For a Supersport, this body position is very normal. I do really love where the gas tank indents are, so I can hold myself on my legs. If you don't hold yourself with your legs on a motorcycle like this, you are going to be in a lot of pain really fast. So I really appreciate the lower half. And the top half seems, you know, typical. It's not the really aggressive thing like the CBR 1000RR SP thing. This is an actually really good body position for a Supersport. I'm super happy with this. You know what I'm not super happy about? I mean, I don't want to put it that way. I'm done with rain mode. Rain mode's cool. Makes you go way slower than this bike is capable of. So I'm going to use this fancy mode switch and pop us over to road mode. And now we are in road mode, my friends. This should be fun. Let's see if it easily gets into neutral. We love it. So guys, let's talk about this motorcycle and how it does on road riding. Now, you guys know I don't really love this body position for road riding. It does fantastic with letting me hold myself in the motorcycle. But as far as going and stopping, I don't really love having to get in and out of this tucked up position. So it's not great in that regard. Whoa! What was that? We're just getting over on people now? God, okay. Well, the brakes work. Thank God about that. All right. So guys, as far as how the bike holds its weight on the road, I typically say these bikes, these Supersports, don't do a great job of like tight maneuvering, and it doesn't have a great steering lock. But as far as maneuvering the bike in different parts of the lane, I would say this bike is one of the better motorcycles as far as that goes. I've had no problem. It's very light and very flicky to go back and forth. Here, let's get here so that this car does not see us again. So yeah, guys, you guys that have been riding for a while know Supersports typically suck when it comes to riding on the street and maneuverability, but I gotta say, for a bike that is in a class of not being good at this, I've got no problem getting in the other lane very quickly with very low energy. So kind of a weird situation here. Still don't love the body position that I'm in for this style of riding, but the maneuverability, I guess because of that lighter weighted M package, it makes this bike be able to react really quickly on city streets, which I am a huge fan of. Jesus fucking Christ. What is happening on today's video? My God. I am so thankful that this motorcycle has the brakes and the maneuverability that it does. Jesus Christ. It's like people are trying to take me out today. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. And we get to lean the bike over. The bike feels at home, leaned over. I love it. It's great. Look at that. I got up to 6,000. Ooh, I'm being crazy with the motorcycle, which is like, I told you guys, the power of this thing up to 8 grand. I got no problems with that. Nobody needs more power than that, but it's crazy to have. Sitting at a red light, going back and forth, that's where you feel the weight of this thing. This thing's coming in at a weight of, I believe, 426 pounds, sorry. Which, it feels like every other Supersport. Honestly, the weight's kind of high up, and you don't really feel it. It's well balanced, sitting upright, and then you lean it over a little bit, and you're like, ooh, goodness. But that does help when you're leaning the bike like through a tight turn. That weight comes in so much handy. But yeah, once you're going, this weight just poofs away. BMW's done a fantastic job of balancing this bike out as, shocker, right? We all didn't expect it, but it happened. That is sarcasm. Guys, so far, road mode has been pretty fantastic when it comes to power delivery for this circumstance. I feel like I have a really nice amount of power. It's not like real jerky either. It's very smooth. It comes on incredibly easy and makes what should be a very untamable motorcycle very easy to ride, which I'm a little surprised with. When I saw 206 horsepower and 85 foot-pounds of torque, not so much the torque, but that horsepower, I was like, my God, that's a lot. But BMW's done a fantastic job with the throttle and the mapping to be, I feel in full control of this thing. This is great. Like, look at that. One hand riding, got no problem with the power coming on too hard. I will upgrade that statement. I love the way the throttle responds in road mode. God, those brakes do not mess with them. The second you touch that brake lever, you are slowing down. Thank God, with what's happened today. And let's go to from road mode to dynamic mode. We are going to be getting on the highway here, and we've got a semi 40 to 80 pull. You know, we need to put a little asterisk with it in the break-in, since we can't go over 8,000 RPMs, but this should be fun. We are on a 999cc inline 4, so this motorcycle is going to respond very similarly to all the big Supersports, where it wants to be revved up. So this is not going to be a good 40 to 80 pull for this motorcycle. Do not judge it on whatever's about to happen. My God. Person almost clipped the back of the bike. What is happening? But yeah, I'm really interested to see what kind of 40 to 80 pull you can get out of a BMW S1000RR when it's still in its break-in. Like, I can only get to 8,000 before I got a quick shift up. So this will be interesting. Let's see what's up. We might be already at 8,000 by the time we get to 40. Yeah, we're gonna have to quick shift out of this. All right, guys, 40 to 80 pull, BMW S1000RR 2023 with an M package. On your mark, get set, hold your butts. Oh, that ruined it right there. That ruined it. Dang. Yeah, I felt the power cut, went twice actually. Man, when this thing gets up in the revs, it starts revving so much faster. Doing a 40 to 80 pull is a little challenging. Let's get all the way over here so we don't got to worry about traffic. Alrighty guys, we're here on the highway with the BMW S1000RR. Now, as far as power goes, we don't got to talk about power. That same smooth power delivery is still here on the highway. I've got no problems going way faster than I should. Nobody's wondering about power on the highway. As far as stability on the highway, though, we are on a lighter motorcycle, but thanks to those winglets, I feel locked onto the ground. Winglets allow you as a motorcyclist to have the best of both worlds. You can have a lightweight motorcycle so you can throw it back and forth, but the winglets literally push you onto the ground and give you that traction. It feels great. I love that. Now, as far as vibrations, I'm getting nothing. This bike is smooth as butter, both in the throttle and with vibrations on the motorcycle. I'm literally getting no vibrations, which is honestly kind of strange. Like, I'm having to feel for vibrations, and they're very minimal. Now, as far as one of my very favorite things that most of the time we don't get on the highway, cruise control. Over here, we just push it to the right, we hit it on set, and we are going on cruise control, which makes it so that if you wanted to tour on this motorcycle, you actually could. BMW, thank you, thank you, thank you for putting cruise control. And throttle test for cruise control. Going forward on the throttle does disengage it. We are always looking for that. Overall, I want to say this might be the only Supersport that I think you could reasonably tour on, which is kind of crazy. So guys, I'm going to go down the highway a little longer, and for the time being, Cardo, play me a montage.
Playing highway montage now. Enjoy. Also, please slow down. You have a wife and puppy waiting for you at home, just saying.
Alrighty, Cardo, thank you for the montage. Guys, if you want to get the best Bluetooth unit on the face of the planet, you guys need to check out a Cardo. We got links for you in the description. There's nothing better when it comes to helmet Bluetooth. Check them out. Thank you, Cardo, for sponsoring the First Ride A series. Let's get this bike leaned over. My God. My goodness gracious. This bike, it is the most amazing thing ever. And for only 21 grand, which, yes, I did say only 21 grand, but I mean, I've never been on a bike that I feel like I could ride faster than this motorcycle right now. And I haven't even gone above 8,000 RPM. So, like, what kind of magical paradise lives up there? All right, guys, let's talk about the riding aspect of this motorcycle. I'd like to start out with this quick shifter. Now, you guys know in the past, I've given BMW a little bit of issue with their quick shifter not feeling like you have enough input, and it doesn't feel like I'm shifting. It feels like I'm requesting the motorcycle to shift. Now, this bike does still give me that vibe, but it gives it to me in a different way that I actually like. The quick shifter is very smooth. It is very, I'm doing an input and the motorcycle is shifting for me. But they have put in there enough of a hit that makes it feel much better for me as a rider. Now, next up, let's talk about the gearing. Obviously, I'm not really able to talk about the gearing fully because I can't go over 8,000 RPM. But I really do enjoy an inline 4 Supersport. And just being able to rock it up to 8,000 RPM, I can tell that this bike is going to be very rev happy, very fun up in the rev range. The only problem with it for city riding is that most of the time you're not going to be able to really shift the bike. This is one of those bikes, hardcore, that you're going to be riding around in first gear in the city a lot of time. There's really no need to shift. The bike can probably go up to, I would imagine, like 105 in first gear, so there's really no need for you to ever shift inside of the city. It's only when you're doing like really hardcore riding that you're going to be able to do that. And now let's talk about the power delivery. And up until 8,000 RPM, the power delivery on this bike is so controllable. I love the power delivery. You would think it would be hard to manage 206 horsepower, and it is, I'm sure, if you got really high up in the revs. But BMW has a really nice power curve low in the RPMs that feeds you into that power very smoothly. It's going to give you the ability to ride this motorcycle in an incredibly precise way. Now, slightly opposite to that, these brakes are insane. The second you touch that lever, you are braking, my friend. You are coming to a fast stop. I would personally prefer a little bit of feed in on the brake before it got really strong. But, I mean, if you want to come to a stop, Jesus Christ, my whole body just shifted back. I don't know what brake BMW is using up front because it's got their little, like, M moniker on it. And they're blue, which is kind of cool. But the rear are Brembos. I mean, look at that. Oh, wait, is it got a hill hold? No way. That's awesome. I love that. We didn't talk about the suspension, guys, but we have electronic suspension here on this BMW. It feels so good. It works so well with the livery and the little winglets. I don't know, as far as a sport package, I don't know if I've felt anything that feels as good as this bike has felt thus far. Going into that turn, the big turn off the highway, y'all, I could have been doing that 2 to 3 times faster, like truly, and been totally comfortable doing that. That would have been inside my comfort zone. That's insane. So how do we let go of the cruise or the hill hold? And we just pull it in one time. Oh, bro. You know, 21 grand's not cheap. You are paying a lot of money for a motorcycle. But if you are going to pay that kind of money, this is the kind of stuff I expect. I want everything. And so far, BMW is giving me everything I could want on this bike. Granted, I'm not really in the market for a super sport because, you know, reasons. But my goodness, is there anything it doesn't do? I'm going to have to figure that out by the end of this video. All right, guys, let's talk about the controls real quick. So we got adjustable levers. They're blacked out. Love those. Love the feeling. The texture of the metal on the levers is really nice. I feel like I can get a really good grip on it. And both levers have those little breakaway points. We love seeing that, just in case you have a whoopsie daisy. Now, I will give BMW a few hits. There are a lot of controls here. We've got a lot of stuff. We got this jog dial we can do. We can push that in and out. We've got lots of menu stuff. Everything is very usable. The buttons feel fantastic. I don't love the fact that I have buttons over here other than my start. You guys know I'm just not a fan of having to take my hand off the throttle. But the buttons over here are heated grips and the mode button. So I'm kind of torn. Like, I really appreciate that I got a mode button and heated grip button, like a dedicated physical button. But I just don't love that they're on the right side. That being said, I don't know what room you would have over here to do that. Buttons over here, we have this button that looks like it has an exclamation mark. I ain't touching that one. We have a brights on the back. We got cruise control. We've got hazards. We got our traction control button, which is really neat. The blinkers, horn, and of course the menu button, and then the jog dial. I mean, overall, I'm giving it a super pass. I like having all the buttons. I don't know what they would do to move these over, but I wish they could somehow do that. But overall, I don't really care. This screen, though, might be... Nay, this screen is most definitely the best looking screen I currently have seen on a motorcycle. And the cool thing about the screen is you can change it. I'm gonna stupidly do this while I'm going on the motorcycle. And you can change it to different screens. There's all types of screens. I have intentionally not put it on the screens that show my lean angle because I would get too excited. Every one of these screens looks cool as hell. They look totally different. BMW, as far as my riding screen, is #1 in my opinion. I will say, digging in through the menu, super nice. The menu is fantastic. But I do think BMW could do a better job. I want to see that motorcycle highlighting stuff. You guys have seen it on the, what is it? The Ducatis definitely do it. I think the Triumph is starting to do it, but if I go into the menu, oh my God, not lap timer. I don't want that. So let's go up. Let's go into sport. Let's go down. Okay, I'm totally in the sport modes. Okay, so we'll take this out as a note. A little confusing going through all the menus. There's a lot. But I want to see, I can show you guys the My Menu thing. You can see all the stuff about the motorcycle, onboard computer, trip computer, tire pressures. You got everything. service intervals, which I absolutely love. My Ibex, my CF Moto Ibex does that, and I absolutely love it. So I'm glad to see that here on the BMW. When you're changing modes, stuff like the traction control and stuff like that, the ABS, I would like BMW to start using that way of, like, you show the whole motorcycle and then you highlight the setting that you're changing. Really, that would be the only thing I could see being updated on that screen. That, and maybe work on the user interface to make it a little easier to, more intuitive to use. So guys, I thought that cop was about to run into me, and after today, I started expecting it. So guys, I know y'all have been looking at that awesome camera car footage, but I'm going to pull off up here, and we're going to do a little walk around of this BMW because, bro, this thing is gorgeous. Alrighty. Boom. There she goes. Alrighty, guys, let's do a little walk around of this absolutely gorgeous motorcycle. Now, just as a reminder, guys, this is the M package. You do have to pay for this livery for $2,000 for all the stuff you get with the M package. To me, that would be a no-brainer. This bike, MSRP, the base model, is around $18,000, so you're looking at $21,000 once you get all the aftermarket stuff. But I would say it is totally worth it. These winglets, the way it holds the bike down at speed, fantastic. Plus, with all the lightweight, you're throwing it back and forth, fantastic. Those are the brakes. They are Nissan brakes. Oh my goodness, I am shocked. Those are fantastic. And a Nissan lever? I would not have expected that. Those things perform great. I'm kind of shocked by that. But yeah, guys, the M package, this is by far the best looking S1000 that BMW has ever made. And I'll tell you, from doing my research online, I did not get the aspects of these winglets until I see this thing in person, and it looks insane, but in the best way it possibly could. I love now that BMW is doing symmetrical sides, but now with the livery, they're getting kind of funky on one side. If you guys don't know, back in the day, the S1000RR, it used to have like an angled light and then a round headlight, which looked kind of weird. It was one of the characteristic designs that the S1000RR always had. And now they've moved over to a, looks the same on both sides, but I love that they're kind of doing a little bit of a throwback, that having only graphics on one side. As you guys can see, it's black, white, blue, and red all over. You got little touches, super tastefully. I love the fact that he's got the swing arm spools there. That might even come with the bike, I don't even know. And we even have M tank grips that work fantastic. Love that. I'm gonna be honest, guys. This may be my favorite Supersport. I think I'm okay with saying that. This is my favorite Supersport that I've ever ridden so far. Which is strange, because typically I've given BMW a lot of crap for not feeling as a rider that I'm in control of this. I feel like I'm controlling a computer, and to a degree, I still feel like that's there. But I feel like now this bike is getting to the spot where the computer's assisting me ride it very well, and not this weird interfacey thing. So have we finally crested? Is this now what I've been looking for? I think so. Golf clap to BMW, guys. They've, to me personally, this bike's always been crazy, but I don't think it's ever been as dialed as this bike is right now. And guys, that's the walk around. I'm going to grab my phone and do a little video for TikTok and Instagram. If you guys aren't following us over there, we are on TikTok at Chase on Two Wheels, and we're on Instagram at C2WPix. I'm going to grab my phone off the Quad Lock. Thank you, Quad Lock, for sponsoring the show. You guys make sure to check out Quad Lock. In the description, I got 10% off for you down there. So I'm going to film this, guys, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys, that's it for the vertical content. If you guys are over there and want to follow us, we would love it long time. Now, to win this video up, we got a couple questions to answer. Would I purchase or pass it? And who is the bike good for after the steering stem lock test? Let's try it out. It's a Supersport. You guys know it's going to be trash, but let's check it out anyway. I love the on-screen. That's fantastic. Quick start up. God, did you hear that quick shifter? Jesus Christ. All right, my hand is touching the gas tank. Let's see what we got. Well, I'm going to go into the shade, which is, I guess, is a positive. Yeah, you're looking at like 2 parking spots, my guy. It does have... This thing's got a terrible steering stem lock. I mean, shocker, right? None of us were expecting that. No, not at all. All right, guys, the age-old question, should Chase buy it? All right, guys, purchase or pass on the 2023 BMW S1000RR with the M Package. You guys know I, in my history and currently, enjoy sporty riding. Now, I aspire to do more track days, and eventually I'll get to the point where I invest in a track bike and I start doing that. I don't think I've ever ridden a more capable motorcycle for hard riding. And if I had the money to do track days, I would lose it if I had the ability to have a motorcycle like this. This bike for 21 grand, the performance you get out of it is an absolute purchase. I'm currently not in a position where I can really dedicate the money and the time to doing track days or having a bike dedicated to doing track days, but if I was, this would be my dream track day bike. I do not think it gets better than that. The mix of the lightweight M package with the power that BMW's 999cc inline 4 has, it is an absolute technical rider's dream bike, and I don't know if it gets better than this. And that's when you factor in the price. 21 grand's a lot, but you literally get everything. Now, that is kind of going to sidestep into who I think this bike is for. I honestly think this bike is an incredible value for what you get out of it. For 21 grand, I don't think there's anything this bike cannot do that I would want it to do. I've got even the detailed shit. I've got cruise control, I've got hill hold, I've got an insane amount of power, I've got a power delivery that's usable, I've got a fantastic screen, I got phone connectivity if I wanted to go down that route, and I don't have an incredibly uncomfortable body position. I've got the super sport body position, but it's not exacerbated like the some of the CBRs and stuff like that. I mean every bit of, and I've got the electronic suspension, I got heated grips, like I could literally go on and on. This bike, as it comes in the M package, may be the perfect super sport. So, ideal rider, right? Ideal rider for this, you definitely have some experience. Ideally, I would say you've got maybe 3 to 4 years of riding a lot every year on lower CC bikes. Maybe this is your first 1000. You've got great rider modes. You've got great tech in this bike. It is a dream super sport to have, and it is actually competitively priced, which is not something I would have expected out of a BMW. But it's here. I'm on it. I'm riding it, and it's fantastic. I love the hell out of this bike, truly. I don't dislike anything, now that I'm thinking about it, and that is a terrifying statement for me to make as somebody who does not have $21,000. All right, guys, I got to wrap this up before I try to go out and buy one of these. BMW, I can happily say this is heads and tails by far the best motorcycle I have ever ridden by your company. And if this is the standard that you guys have for bikes, I cannot wait to get more opportunities to ride more BMWs, because this has been absolutely fantastic. Guys, drop some claps in the chat for BMW. This thing is so good. And guys, that's all I've got on the 2023 BMW S1000RR M Package. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Put OC in your comment if you got to this point. That stands for Outro Crew. It just means you got to the end of the video, and I love you guys a little bit longer. You guys let me know in the comments, is this the absolute best super sport you can get? I think it might be. I'm interested to see what you guys think in the comments down below. If you don't think it is, let me know what you do think is. And guys, thanks to Mountain Motorsports for being the dealership that we always do our first rides from. Much appreciated to them for, I guess they didn't loan this motorcycle, but Thank you, Cade, for letting me ride your motorcycle. I now hate you because you've ruined me. You've re-sparked the super sport heritage that I have in my blood, and now I know what's out there. So that sucks. Alright guys, I'm going to leave a video here at the end of the video, another first ride of a super sport that I also think you guys would enjoy watching. You guys go check that video out and ride safe. I will see you on the next one. Later.